I am done. It's finished. If I don't know anyone particular, obviously I'm not gonna be aware of their work. Hello everyone, and Natalie back onto my channel, and I have decided for this special video to try to experiment, to go deeper. It's gonna be 9 yes. Try to imagine 9. It's gonna be 9 YouTubers that I am frequently watching and listening. For this time, it's gonna be a specific book in the middle of all of the difference that they love, that they raved about, or that was favorites of 2018 or 2019. I pretty much have all of them, just one that I will have to order on our paper format. With getting Hugo with it, so April, I decided to go with Sometimes I Lie by Alice Finney. I already started last night, so I'm not really cheating, since how many? Well, it's just 17 pages that I started last night, so it's really not much of anything. Then with Emma by DrinkingByMyShelf, and one of her favorite was Indiana Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Illuminae, the Illuminae Files 1 by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. But this book will represent Brittany. On the digital format, I'm gonna go with The Island of the Lost, the first installment into the Descendants series by Melissa de la Cruz, and this is one of the favorites of Naya from Naya Reads and Smiles. Merphy appears. So Merphy, one of her favorites was Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and so yeah, I have decided to follow this one and see what it's all about. Emily Fox Books, or Books with Emily Fox, I think that's the name of her channel. Well, Emily nevertheless. It's gonna be a digital format as well, and I will go with Sci-Fi Genre 6 Weeks by Merphy. Regan from Paris Project, with Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. So this is the first installment. Hailey in Bookslands, and so it's gonna be a digital format as well. Christina Lauren with Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, so more a contemporary one. It's gonna be the first one from Christina Lauren. I have a few others. I need to have some, satisfaction, like some, at least 4.5, or obviously 5 stars, but the feeling that yes, that was good. The last few minutes of January. To keep going with Sometimes I Lie by Alice Finney. I was proud of myself yesterday. I was capable to do at least 80 pages. So for some, it may not be that much, but it flew by very well. So far, it's a good. So far, so good. I'm not gonna say too much, obviously, since it's a thriller. But we are following in 3 different ways the main character, Amber. She forgot what happened for her to end up in a coma at hospital. So we are following her thoughts at being unconscious to everyone else. Apparently it was a car crash. She claims that she wasn't driving the car, and every time that she get inside the car, she always put the seat belt. So what happened for her to crash, to go through the windshield? So that's what it is. I like the writing of Alice Finney, and maybe that's why I can flew by that fast. So I don't want to keep talking too much, because I want to go back reading and know exactly where we are heading. Hopefully it's gonna be okay to keep doing the updates, because as you can hear, I have been attacked by some nasty thing, and my throat is starting to go very south. So I finished Sometimes I really did enjoy this thriller. I think that I can give 4.5 stars. Obviously, since it's a thriller, so you can't say. I didn't see it coming, so it was a really nice surprise. We are following the main character, a woman who is in a coma in her hospital bed. And she is aware of who is around her, who is talking or what they are saying, and she has memory. She just doesn't remember the car accident where she was at Christmas night. I think it was it happened. So we can hear her thoughts where she tries to recap what happened just a few days before Christmas. So try to remember until the car crash. It is freaky. Not weird. I don't know what I want to say. Weird. It is fucked up. This one from Getting Hugo with It, April. Thank you. It was such a good one. So I was wondering what will be the next reading. I don't feel like going into something kind of dark, so I'm gonna change completely for something that I think it's supposed to be lighter, with the first installment of Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. Hello again. So since last time that I make an update, it has been maybe a week or maybe 10 days, just because I think the last chunk of video, you can guess, I lost my voice and I really had any sound getting out of my throat for 10 days. So it was, I don't know if you have ever experienced it, but it's very long, 10 days. You're not even allowed to whisper, to do anything. You have to be quiet. And maybe a day it's a break, but for longer than that it's getting annoying. But it didn't stop me from reading. So I said last time that I am gonna start to read The Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger, which is the first part into her series of the same name, sorry. And I have to say that I loved it. It's 5 stars. Quickly, it's happening on Earth. We are following, I think she is 12 years old, Sophie. And you quickly discover, so it's really not spoiler for that part, that she is an elf. And she is living amongst humans. So she is, she had been hidden amongst them, but she doesn't know at the beginning of the book that she is an elf. She doesn't know that elves exist and there's a world just with elves. We have a lot of magical elements into it, so the elves have the magic and not the humans. Following Sophie in this new world, new world for her obviously, and she is a telepath since she is 5 years old, but she didn't know that she is. So it has some vibes of Harry Potter, because obviously it's a magical world, magic abilities. The writing is very fast, and yeah, no, I really love it. And so that's conclude with Regan from Paris Project and her favorite reading. Then I went with Hailey. For her, I have picked up Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. So it was a digital one. And I have to say that I gave it 4 stars. So it was the first time for me, Christina Lauren. I really did enjoy it a lot until the ending. And I don't know if it's for many the ending. which takes so much away of the enjoyment. But yeah, so Josh and Hazel know each other. You have nothing romantic into it, but they gonna have to be a roommate for a few months because Hazel is gonna have to leave her apartment. It has been flooded, so she's gonna stay with Josh, who is the brother of her best friend. Many people are going to say that she is a bit crazy, but it's just that she is so enthusiastic with life, with everything. She had so much powerful and positive energy that yeah, for some it looks that she is crazy, and it is a problem or a struggle for her of finding someone to date. The way that it ended, it for me, it was like, I don't know, did I missed some pages, or it hasn't been, you know, downloaded with the whole book. It really gives you the impression that the feeling the authors didn't know how to end up, and they rushed for doing some ending. Anyway, so nevertheless, it was a good one. From there, I went with Emily. Emily, Books with Emily, I think. I'm confusing all of the names of the channels, sorry. And for her, I had picked up 6 Weeks by Merphy. Digital as well. Science fiction for that one. And wow, it is, so it is a thriller. We are, I think, 23rd century. People on Earth can clone themselves, so you have that sort of immortality. So I'm not going to go into many details, but just we're saying they can clone themselves. And we have 6 different characters who's gonna wake up on her starship with some blood everywhere, some bodies, dead bodies, cadavers, others, other clones of themselves dead. They have to figure out, try to repair the ship. The AI doesn't want to respond as well. They don't have any memory. Every time that a clone is dead, and so that the soul of the original is gonna wake up in a new body. He has all of the memory of what happened before with the different clones, but in this case, when they wake up, they don't have any memory of what happened. They, like I said, need to try to repair the ship, bring back the AI, and most of all, try to figure out which one among them is the killer, because they are the only one on the ship. The way that the story has been told, you are in nowadays, what is going on the starship and all of them, and you go in the past with most of the time one of the character, Maria, or of the others, and you get some elements of them prior to where they are in space and what happened or who they were. So it can be a little bit confusing or quiet in the way that you don't have the feeling that you have an investigation for the murders, but actually every time that we go back and we learn something from the characters, it's giving an idea, or we are going actually in the direction of who could have done it, but most of all the why. It was really well done. I think it's 4.5. 5 stars that I gave it. I could say that it's very deviant, but so good. So you really have to hang up. It's not that difficult because you really just want to learn about that world, that future. with the clones, it's true that it's quiet and it doesn't feel like an investigation because it is done differently. So this is with Emily, and I need to finish because my voice is starting to go high wire and it's not good. And anyway, I'm gonna have to leave for work. Then I went with Britt, and I haven't picked up Illuminae Files, the first one by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. If it wasn't for the what 2-3 last pages, it would have been a generous 3 stars. So it ended up being a 4. So it's not a favorite. It's a really good one. Stuff bugged me inside. Not the way that it's told, because it is very different from anything that we usually find in a book. But for the creation of the different characters and the building of the story. And because there's a big element with the Phobos virus, so for anyone who had read, they're gonna know what it is. I didn't expect the result of that kind of virus, and I know that for many others you really don't mind or you even love that element, but for me, I fucking hate it, like hate it to the max. So there was a point that I really wanted to put it down because it was just fucking annoying for me. But I'm happy that I pushed for the ending. We are following 2 different characters, and we are having the story told throughout different documents, reports, interviews. So the story is those 2 characters, Ezra and I forget the name of the girl. That's not good. Caddy. They are living in a colony. Well, you can say colony. It's not an official one. It's an illegal one because it's a mining one. And Karenza. And it's going to be attacked right away. Since the beginning, it is attacked by a firm, the biotech. And they are destroying everything except the mining. And they are killing everyone. So whoever can get into a spaceship and escape. They are both of them in each of the spaceship, so they are kind of communicate between the 2 of them, and we are discovering in that way that story, what happened. So far I had read 5 ones, so still 4 to go. At this point, I'm just making a break just because it's a thriller-a-thon, so it's 8 days, I think 9 days of reading some thrillers that I really want to get into it. So when it will be over, I will go back into the 4 last ones. But so far, so good. 4 of 5 stars, 4.5. It's really good. Hello. I am back after a week. I wouldn't say a week off of this challenge for the YouTubers' favorites, but it was a week for a thriller-a-thon. So I put everything aside, but now I am back. And I started, not right away, Daisy Jones and the Six by Teller, Oliver Jenkins Reid. I am... how much? 193. I am reading it in the way that I'm not listening to it on an audiobook. I like the whole 70 vibes that this whole story is describing. I didn't experience it, but it was definitely a crazy ride. I was thinking that's gonna be more around Daisy Jones, but it's essentially around the Six, the band. All of the different characters are fictional. Doesn't change the fact that it's highly inspired from that period of time. I'm gonna say so far, I think it's a good 3 stars. Yeah, I enjoy it, but I'm not overexcited. I just remind that the choice of Daisy Jones in the 6 is for Emma with the channel Drinking by My Shelf. Hello everyone, and I am updating you with the... I wanted to say the 3 times just because I finished the editing, so I'm still on it. No, with the reading of Daisy Jones in the 6 by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I finished it this morning. I was proud of myself last night of being able to push beyond my very tired eyelids, and quickly this morning, who is interviewing all the different members of the band The Six and Daisy Jones. Because of that, I understand why this is mainly the story of The Six, the band, but essentially of his head singer with Billy Doon. I get it, but I was expected to have more in-depth, to follow more Daisy Jones that we had. Yes, at the very end, so we are following the band and Daisy Jones from 1972, and it's ending in 1979. We can say at the peak of their career. And so how the Six, the band, came together and how they ended up being Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't think that there were many characters that have been created to be fully loved, but doesn't change the fact that Billy Doon, so pretty much everything has been push or told towards him, was a complete douchebag, asshole, ego, self-centered character. But it's definitely more interesting for Daisy Jones. She is not an easy character, that's for sure. She's not necessarily a nice one. She's someone who's struggling immensely through forever. We don't have really in depth with the rest of the band. It's not gonna be a 5 stars, that's for sure. Otherwise, I wouldn't be struggling. I hesitate between a 3 and a 4 stars. When I say that, okay, it's gonna be a 3 stars, I think that, well, it might be too harsh because Taylor Jenkins Reid, sorry, had done an excellent job at creating a fictional world throughout the eyes and the perspective of a fictional characters, but in a very real period of time, the 70s, where everything that she said, she described, really happened. And I can't deny that the whole job and the whole vibes of the music, entertainment, and everything that happened. I'm just saying that I am done, it's finished. You see how it sounds? I am done, it's finished. The next read will be to read one of the favorites of Merphy with Rebecca Daphne du Maurier. I don't know why I said it that way. It's a bit over the 400 pages. I am gonna be generous and say that I am probably gonna be, for the rest of the week, and we are Wednesday afternoon, the rest of the week I'm gonna be reading that, just because it is reading so small and it's very compact. Most of the time with a classic I'm having some difficulty. It's supposed to be a thriller, I think. Nothing more to say. See you. This is a quick update. I'm probably a bit silly just because I have a tiny few minutes before going to work. I have started Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. It's 2 days in, and I have read 80 pages. Yes, it's not that much. There's a lot of description, and have never been a fan of tons of description. That's certainly doesn't help either. Maybe by August I will have finished the book. Yeah, that's being very hopeful. Hello everyone. Saturday. I don't even know when I'm doing this because it's not specifically vlog for a week, but it means that I'm coming for a very quick and short update for Rebecca with Daniel by Daniel. Oh my god, it's really not working for me. Daphne du Maurier. I made some progress. I'm in 124. Honestly, I still have those 3 letters in mind. D, N, F. It's just the classic writing that it seems that I cannot bear anymore. I used to love it when I was a teen, but it's still not going anywhere for me. I'm gonna keep giving a try. Oh, that was hello everybody. Natalie, I am back with an update. So since the last time, not only I started, but I finished The Isle of Lust by Melissa de la Cruz, and I have to say that, wow, I didn't expect that I'm gonna like it so much. I put it at 5 stars, but it could be a 4.5, so around that area. Melissa de la Cruz with The Descendant, this is the name of the series, so this is a young adult one. She is using every single characters existing in the Disney world. Villains, heroes, sidekicks, everything. We are following the villains who had been banned, exiled to be more specific, onto the Isle of Lust, an island with a dome. Well, I can't say that it's really a protective dome above the island, because the dome prevents the use of any magic. So the villains have been condemned to live there, so far forever. On this island, we are following 4 I have a problem with the numbers and the fingers lately. 4 kids. Mel is the daughter of Maleficent. Evie, she's the daughter of the evil queen. Carlos is the son of Kayla. And Jay is the son of
forgot his name.
Jabbar from Aladdin, the bad one. Sorry, I don't remember his name. We can say that all those children, they are oh yeah, I have to say that they are going to school. That is cool. It reminds me so much of Despicable Me, with the school of villains, and they are learning from the teachers are those villains, and they are teaching them from their failure, their mistakes, in order to hope that one day they will be free again, and they will gonna get that perfect revenge, and they're gonna be even wickeder than their parents were. Mal, the daughter of Maleficent, will have, in the desperate hope of satisfying her mother, to go for probably a deathly quest, and she is gonna take with her, well, 3 others kids, and they're gonna learn along the journey what it is friendship, what it is, but how it works, and how it feels all the time, if it's not every time that we have a story, wherever Disney or movies or whatever, that we are having our happy endings. Sometimes we are asking ourselves, just out of curiosity, okay, so what happened next? So this is one possibilities of what happened next. And so I'm definitely gonna go and read well, the others, because I'm curious to see what is it going to happen for all of them. So The Isle of Lost by Melissa de la Cruz was the choice for Naya from Naya Written Smile, and this is the second time that I read something recommending by her, from her, and this is the second time that I really do enjoy and love what she is recommending. So now, finally, the last book. Ruth Ware with the Turner of the Key. I wanted to say Ruth de la Cruz. No, this is not it. I am happy because I just got it yesterday. I didn't want it to pay the full price. I'm sorry. That's what it is. It's not that I try. I usually buy on sale or essentially with book outlets, so it's at the very ridiculously low price. And I really wanted to read that one to complete the challenge. And this is the one for Booksandlala. So you can see with my face that I am really excited at getting the book and reading it, but I have to say that I don't have high expectations with the book. I read before Woman in the Cabin 10. I didn't like it. I read then Mrs. Westaway. Was it that? There's something with Mrs. Westaway. Anyway, I saw the improvement. It was better, way better in that way, but there were still few things that really bugged me. But still few things that bugged me. But since a lot, I wouldn't say everyone, but a lot from the YouTubers had read that one and that are really liking it, really loving it. So obviously I wanted to give it a try. But like I said, so my expectations are reaching maybe 3 stars. Hello, and this is finally the end of the challenge of YouTubers' favorite books. It went so well, and turns out that pretty much everything their favorites became mine. I started with put it this way, Sometimes Lie by Alex Finney, and this is one of the favorite of April, Getting Hungry with It, and I gave it 5 stars. I went with Regan by the name of the channel, hold on, don't say it, Paris Project, and I picked up the first installment into The Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger, so Keeper of the Lost Cities. I wouldn't have imagined that something close to 500 it will be read that quickly, and that I mean that it was pretty much 24 hours, so that was really a surprise. And the other one is that I loved it. That's a good thing because I have all of the other volumes to read, so that would have been tragic if I would have hated it. 5 stars. As you can tell with my love and excitement about that. I couldn't wait that much that I read already the second, Exile. I went with Books with Emily, so Emily Fox, and I picked up, gonna be the picture here, 6 Weeks by Merphy, the sci-fi one. So this one can be up and down as well, depending on, but I really loved it. It was really something quite original, I would say, for a sci-fi thriller. And yes, it was definitely a good pick. I went with Hailey in Booksland, so Hailey, and I picked up Josh and Hazel Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. It was the first time that I read something from both authors. I really did enjoy. I went representing Britt and her channel that I forgot. I'm sorry, Britt. And it was the first installment, the Illuminae files, Illuminae by Jay Christoph and Amy Kaufman. And that one was hopefully, I'm sorry, I had to readjust my ankles. it's definitely not a good position for me. Yes, so I'm happy that I loved that first one. Yeah, it was definitely something good. I'm sorry, I am watching my painter that she's trying to get her attention out of me, and it's partially working, sadly. I had my interruption for the thriller tone, and when I went back, it was with Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is the favorite, or one of the favorites of Emma, with Drinking by My Shelf. I have to say that this one, it is as good as The Seventh Husband of Evelyn Hugo, compared to what she had written before that I really didn't enjoy. Then, there's a lot of then. I went with Merphy and it was Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Yeah, that was on X. And this one, I have to sadly say that it was a DNF. I pushed to 168 pages and it was just unbearable for me to keep reading, and I think it's more the classic writing that is a problem for me now. And then let's just stop with the then. The Last Digital, sorry, my ankles and my calves are not happy, with Melissa de la Cruz, and the first of the Descendants series, The Isle of Lost. And well, mid-grade young adults, they are 16 years old. You can as well check the vlog that I made specifically for the book. You're gonna hear more. I put it 4.5 stars. I really loved it. This is representing Kayla from Booksandlala, The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. So just like I said, finished 5 minutes ago, and it's a 5 stars, and it's the first time that I love Ruth Ware, and I have nothing to say about the building of the story. So it's a thriller. Young British woman is taking up onto a miraculous offer, you can say, because it's high paid, at being at home, a residency nanny. She's gonna have to take care of 3 children, 1 teenager, in a old smart house. As soon as she is coming in to take her job, her position, the parents has to leave for a week, and yeah, things definitely are happening. I'm not gonna say obviously more than this. So this is the end of this first try of favorites, of YouTubers' favorites, I should say it that way. Thank you very much for having watched it. Don't forget to subscribe, please. It's gonna help my channel to keep growing. And until the next time, well, I'm gonna keep reading.